President's Day. Let's begin with a surprising comment made by the president over the weekend at that same campaign-style rally in Tampa where the president slammed the media for spreading falsehoods. He made a comment that's drawing questions about where he gets his facts and how he forms his worldview. President Trump was trying to back up a claim that unchecked immigration poses a threat. And listen to what he said here.
You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden. They took in large numbers. They're having problems like they never thought possible.
The main problem with that claim, as you know, Anna, is that there was no attack Friday in Sweden. Mr. Trump in his remarks also mentioned Germany, Brussels, Nice, and Paris, so the context was clear. It turns out the remark came one day after Fox News aired an interview with a filmmaker who's tried to tie Sweden taking in refugees to an increase in violent crimes there. Now Mr. Trump is trying to clarify his point. The White House is trying to clean up the mess, and Sweden is trying to contradict the president's claim. CNN's Athena Jones is traveling with the president. She has more from Palm Beach.
Good morning, Anna and Boris. The president's comments at that Melbourne rally on Saturday, suggesting there may have been some sort of terror incident in Sweden on Friday night, left a lot of people all around the world scratching their heads. The president later Sunday tweeting that he was referring to a Fox News report that aired on Friday night. Here's some of what that report had to say.
Perhaps no nation on earth is more committed to accepting foreign migrants and refugees than Sweden. 2016 alone, the country accepted more than 160,000 asylum seekers, despite having a population of less than 10 million people. Only 500 of these migrants were able to get jobs in Sweden. But if these arrivals aren't able to work, they're at least able to commit crimes.
There was an absolute surge in both gun violence and rape in Sweden once they began this open-door policy. So they know that this crime is happening. They can feel it. The statistics are clear. But they would refer to what is the root cause behind it and say, oh, it's just more, it happened to be more violence. It's men who are raping people, not the refugees. They'll make excuses for it. I think that's kind of what they're referring to, that the government has gone out of its way to try to cover up some of these problems.
What's clear here is that the president is an avid watcher of cable news. It's where he gets a lot of his information from. But this lack of precision, the fact that he said something that made it sound like he was referring to a terror incident, left a lot of people scratching their heads. You had the former Swedish Prime Minister Carl Bildt taking to Twitter to say, Sweden? Terror attack? What has he been smoking? Questions abound. The fact of the matter is that the president often repeats things that he's heard or read without checking, and this has become a problem. It shows that the president's words matter and that a lot of people all around the world are listening very, very closely to what the president says. Boris, Anna?
All right, Athena, thank you. It is worth noting Swedish government figures show the overall crime rate there has changed very little over the last 10 years. Something that Stockholm no doubt had in mind when its embassy in Washington tweeted out this, quote, "We look forward to informing the U.S. administration about Swedish immigration and integration policies." Meantime, the Trump